Good morning or afternoon, guys. Today we're going to be reacting to Endymiontv. I replaced my worst habit with Pokemon. Here's what happened. So, before we get into this video, I'm going to say the other day Pokemon announced that Pokemon Bank would service would end in 2027, I believe it was. I don't remember what month. So Pokemon Bank, if you know what Pokemon Bank is, it's like back on the 3DS was Pokemon Bank, which was the storage you used to store your Pokemon in Pokemon Bank, and then you could transfer them to Pokemon Home. So it's about to be where if you got things in Pokemon Bank, you better get them off now. Because if you don't, when the service ends, all those Pokemon you have are deleted. The servers will be taken offline. There are talks about people in the works of making a way to do a little hack, you could say, device to transfer Pokemon from your 3DS to the Switch. But as it stands right now, there is no legit way to do that, and there's no device out right now that is confirmed to be legit to do that. So right now, Pokemon Bank is the only way, and as it stands, Pokemon Bank's going away. So if you got a Pokemon Pokemon in the Pokemon Bank that you want to save, I advise you do that as soon as possible before the servers close down. Because once the servers are closed down, it's deleted, it's gone, there's no bringing it back. But without further ado, let's get into this video.
This is a channel update video, but also me just sort of venting. It's about a lot of things, games I'm playing, what I think of YouTube, how I want to structure the channel going forward, all of it, just so you know firsthand. So far, I feel as if 2026 went on that I was kind of losing myself a little bit, if I'm being honest. YouTube was consuming my life in every single way. When this video finally comes out, the day it releases, I will be on vacation. I'll finally be sitting on a beach somewhere for the first time in I don't even remember how long, man. I've honestly never really taken a break from YouTube once starting. I mean like a real break. I mean the most I've taken off maybe a day or two at best. I have been pumping out content constantly for years at this point, and it's both been the most riveting and frustrating times of my life, I gotta be honest.
Hell man, I only do reaction I'm only doing really reactions at the moment. But honestly, just like the reactions and to give my opinion on that, it takes it out of you mentally. And this guy, he does this all the time, and he's really good at it. But I have to just say, I would assume it really drains him. It has to eventually get to him so frustrating. That be told you're all this, but when you're just you're getting told you're all this shit, you're all these words and these buzzwords, but you're pointing out the facts that they're just refusing to see, that they're refusing exist. It's annoying. It's frustrating because it's common sense and it's so obvious, but they want to deny it and live in a fantasy that it doesn't exist. But the reality is we live in the reality. It does exist. But no, people want to deny these things. I'm not saying anything specific right now because, well, there's a lot of subjects on that shit, and I don't want to dive into that shit right now.
Honest. When things are going good, man, they're great. When they're not, well, you feel like you're lost in the pits of nothing. And this year, I have felt both the highest of highs and lows imaginable when it comes to everything related to just internet nonsense.
Dragon Age the Belguard, people will try to argue it was a success, but factually, it was not. People try to say, oh, it was a great game. It was one of the worst games I have ever seen released, if you want an example.
I also found myself doom scrolling too much. I was always on Twitter, reading things, seeing what people were saying, reacting to things because, I don't know, I have to because I'm on YouTube, I guess. But all it ended up doing was just causing me sadness and anger. I was picking fights with other content creators and really for what? Because I had to prove something, I guess. And at the end of any one of those fights, it never really made me feel good.
Oh. I want to point something out. Nobody has to prove anything to anybody. At the end of the day, these people will pick a fight with people that are right because they don't want them to be right. And when you try to argue your point, and even when you present facts and evidence to support your claims, they will refute it and say you're lying or it's false or that the evidence is fabricated or it doesn't exist or it's not real, even though it is. It's just you're not going to change these people's mind. They're set on a way they're not willing to change. even when you prove that you're right, they are not going to change. I can't say I'm any different, but I'll try to be reasonable, and I will try to be reasonable. But like for the most part, like I'm set in my ways, just like they are set in their ways. But I'll hear you out, and I'm not. I'm if I as long as you're respectful, I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to resort to that, or at least I'll try not to resort to that. I might be a bit of a smartass sometimes because I feel like you're being a dick, but I'm not going to go out and like just try to call you names for no reason. Unless I'm reacting to a video, which then I might call you a name for no reason or a really petty reason.
About it either way, it just felt wrong to do. Like it was something I just shouldn't be doing or partaking in. It was just being negative for negative's sake. Again, that dark hole, it just kept growing deeper with every hit of send tweet. Recently, though, another YouTuber that I fought with a lot reached out to me. I'm not going to say who it is, but they came to me and we kind of reconciled, and it was weirdly nice, even healing somewhat. Like it was something I never expected would happen, but it did. And that interaction,
you can't ever make it public who you like reconcile with if you're enemies publicly, because people will turn on you. They will turn on the people that like reconcile with you, and they'll just like they are just hateful and spiteful people. These people are not people you really want to be part of your audience, but they also are very determined to not leave you alone. They are just determined to try to spread false information and like all kinds of shit. Like it's really annoying. So I understand like not wanting to disclose like the identity.
with this YouTuber that many people do know, it kind of left me in a state of self-reflection, right? I was now looking at the doom scrolling, the fighting, and thinking to myself, like, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I fighting with whoever on Twitter or even like YouTube sometimes? What do I honestly gain from any of this? Nothing.
Really, we don't gain anything.
I mostly use Twitter to just fight, honestly, but I oftentimes cross the line and it just gets stupid really quickly, and all it did was drain me mentally more than anything else. The worst part is when you're the main character on Twitter for the day, which I have been a few times, and trust me when I tell you, you never want to be the main character on Twitter on any given day. It's not nice. It's awful. But all that fighting was pointless. And combining that with playing games I didn't really want to play because I felt like I had to for content, like Veilguard, Assassin's Creed Shadows, that kind of stuff. And honestly, even streaming games, which I did earlier this year with some of the Resident Evil games, I gotta be real, man, I don't really know if I enjoy streaming games. Maybe I'm just not that kind of person. I oftentimes you get asked in a lot of my comments, like, why don't you stream as much? My answer is, well, I feel like if I do that, I'm going to end up saying something that will make people hate me or something. Like, it's just something waiting for it to go wrong, I guess.
I try to do streams here and there, but I had like, my buddies are all working. Like, my buddies either are all working at the time, or they are not into the game I want to play. And I don't want to play what game they're playing because like I find it boring. So most of the time I'm sitting here, I'll just stream by myself, and like I'm not scared to say like I'm gonna say something wrong, and make people mad. If I say something wrong and you get mad, you're welcome to call me out. I will reflect, and if I feel like I'm in the wrong, I will apologize. But if I feel like I have done nothing wrong and you just got offended because of something I said, that's a you problem, not a me problem. You came to my stream. I try not to filter myself. I filter to the point where I try to stay away from like the Twitch terms of service. I want to try to not break the Twitch terms of service is what I'm trying to say. But if I break them, and I'll just move over to Kick.
Also just feel drained when I talk constantly. I know, ironic, I'm talking in a video right now, but outside of making content,
I can understand.
I like to honestly just live a quiet life. The less noise, the better. The less commotion and annoyance around me, the happier I am. I don't like going to festivals where there's 1,000 people sandwiched together. It's a literal hell to someone like me. I don't like crowded areas even. I don't like everything being super loud. I'm like a 70-year-old man trapped in the body of a man in his 30s. It's pretty much what it's like to live like me. So when I stream, I just feel like I'm draining myself. I almost feel like I'm not welcome there or something, which is weird, I know. And I almost prefer having this wall up between what I do and how I live or something, because it just allows me to some degree to just switch off my brain somewhat, which, trust me, is borderline impossible now these days. So any sort of switch off that I can get is really needed. Like, look, okay, making content is amazing. I love making videos, seeing people react and enjoy what I do, but I would be lying if I said it wasn't mentally draining. To be real with you, my brain never switches switches off from YouTube, I'm never fully present in really any moment in my life because I'm constantly thinking about what I could have done better there. Why did I pick that title? Why did I go with that thumbnail? Why did I say that thing on Twitter?
See, I don't try to give that much thought because if you do, you're really just gonna make yourself, you're gonna feel your own anxiety and pressure and make yourself feel like shit. I need to do better at double checking myself though, because I have uploaded a video a time or two where it just like literally says timeline 1. And because I forgot to name it. I forgot to give it a title. I forget that sometimes. But I'm just saying, like, stressing about it's not going to fix anything. I'm like, I think he does great on his content. Like, he does way better than me or some other people. Like, he does great with, he's got a great microphone. He's got a great personality. He does his research. I'm like, he does great. And he deserves his vacation, really.
Twitter, like just all of it. It just sits in your head, right? Sloshing around all the time. And you're constantly thinking like, what should I make next? How do I make that? What examples can I bring to the next video? Is that even something worth making in the first place? Like right now, I have no idea how this video is going to do. How can I? Maybe nobody cares. Maybe people hate this video. I have no idea, but it's here. It exists. It's just me talking. I'm not really speaking on news. I'm not giving my opinion on this Twitter thing or that rant. I am just talking here and venting. I am also trying to be more open because I am not an open person at all. I am as closed off can be pretty much these days. I still don't really open myself fully even when I go on people's live streams that I've been on a dozen times before because I don't know, I just have this mental wall up. That wall where I just kind of exist against my own will from everyone else, and it's not in a good way, mind you. I don't mean I'm above anybody, I'm not. It's more like a prison I created for myself to exist in, and everyone just kind of lives outside of that cell from me. And every time I speak or make a video, that's me, opening the cell, taking a few steps out of my sphere to
I honestly understand what he's talking about there. Like, I get that feeling too, like where it's like you don't want to open up, you don't want to tell people how you feel, because if you tell people how you feel, you feel like they're just gonna judge you, or they're gonna take it the wrong way, or they're just gonna be a dick about it, and then you're just like, then why the fuck did you open up? It's like, I get that feeling. It's like, it's frustrating. It feels sometimes better just to keep it to yourself, is what I'm trying to say. But like, really, it sucks. You need somebody to open up with. It's better to have somebody to open up with and like let your emotions and feelings be known. Now, would I say share those with the internet? Honestly, probably not, because the internet is a very cruel place, filled with cruel people that just like to troll.
Express something only to turn around quickly and return back to where I was before, and that repeats ad nauseum. But that's kind of what content creation feels like to me. I know you'll see some goofy video like content creation is just hit record button and post. I mean, God, I wish it was that easy. But unfortunately, no, like not at all. At least not for me. There's a lot that goes into like really any video that gets made, right? Any video on my channel that gets made is the same process. I wake up, I probably released a video that was made the day before, then I just spend hours writing, gathering sources, headlines, whatever it is. Then after like quite a few hours, I do the audio, I sit down, I record it like I'm doing right now, and then I send it to my folder with my editor. He takes that, I tell him what to use footage wise, he edits it, and I try to have some modicum of free time for myself, which is usually a few hours at best given on what I have to do that day. So the very limited free time that I do have then ends. Video gets sent back same day by the editor. I download it, put it in my editing software, and I watch it. Then I go through the video. If there's anything I don't like, I change it because I'm insane. I'm sorry. And eventually after maybe, I don't know, an hour or two, then I upload it. At this point, it's draining. Look, I don't want pity or anything. I'm just going to, I'm going to keep releasing content. And by the way, before I even had an editor, it was insane how much time every single day I spent making videos. Like between writing the video and then I'd have to edit it and then I'd have to make the thumbnail and everything. Like by the time I was done working, every day was like, I don't even know, like 10 or 12 hours. Like it was nuts. But anyways, by the time this video comes out, you're likely seen some other experimental videos that I've released as well recently. Stuff like mini documentaries on certain people within the realm of video games. The two that have released so far are more about the destruction of what those people brought to the industry, but I also want to make mini docs about the good in games too, and like just weird stories that have happened. I have quite a few ideas for people that I want to cover actually.
I'd actually like to see that, like where he just covers like documentaries of like people who have been in the industry, who've helped the industry, who've destroyed the industry, who've like done good things, people who've done bad things. Like it'd be kind of neat, like branch off a little bit, because kind of saying to this topic of shit, it gets a bit depressing. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that it does get a bit depressing, because you tell people, you show people the evidence, they decline it, they refute it, and then the industry continues with going with declining and refuting it, and then they lose their jobs, and then they blame the people and the studio for losing their jobs because they refuse to listen to the people.
As I'm writing this video, though, those videos are still unlisted on my channel. I have zero idea how they're going to perform. I hope people like them. I mean, I really do. Because to be honest, making those mini documentaries, writing them, and stuff like the fantasy video I did recently, which was all, to be out of the time of this video coming out about racism in fantasy worlds, if you saw that one. Those sorts of videos,
I remember that one. I think I did watch that
they
one
made me fall in love all over again with content creation, I want to make more stuff like that. Just weird things. Not really topical news driven, I guess, but just weird, more personal. I hope people enjoy that sort of content, but I won't lie either way. I am burnt out, like shocker, like most YouTubers are. I know that. Like up towards my vacation, right? I have been working every single day for weeks.
If you ever like looked at my YouTube channel or anything like that, like where I do streams and all that shit, yes, people get burnt out. I am somebody who like burnt out fast, and like I still burn out a little bit. Even when like making these videos, I'm burnt out, but I convinced myself to record the video anyway. I feel like it's like I get this feeling of like nobody likes my content. Like in my brain, my brain convinced me like, hey, nobody likes your content. Why are you even doing this anymore? Why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep making any videos? Why do you keep speaking your opinion? Why do you do anything? And like that's like the kind of mentality like my brain just will not let me have peace. But then I have to ask myself the question, why not? Why not do it? You weren't going to do anything else today anyway. You're just going to sit there and doom scroll YouTube anyway. Or you're going to go play a game anyway. Why not try do a record and react? Why not try to voice your opinion? Why sit there and stay silent the entire time while you watch the industry go down the shitter? Hey, if you say something, you speak your opinion, at least down the line you could say, I said something. I didn't stay quiet. It might still go down the shitter. It might still all go like just a fucking sucking ass. But hey, I didn't say I stayed quiet the entire time and just let them do it. I said something. I voiced my opinion and I tried to spread the word.
Now just working all morning, a few hours off
in
the midday, and then back to work at night until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. for weeks, right? It's draining. No woe is me, but it is what it is. I know I'm going to keep going.
Also, he does a lot more. He commits a lot more hours and like time than I do. I might commit like 2 hours to this. Record 2 videos, do a little bit of editing, the tags, thumbnail. The thumbnail, like, they don't take no time at all if it's not obvious. Really, if anytime you see a video, the thumbnail credit goes to the person that I reacted to the video from. I don't want to... It's not that I don't want to make a thumbnail. It's like, I feel like it would be bad to make my own thumbnail from scratch while reacting to their video. Because it feels disingenuous. It feels like I'm trying to rebrand their whole video. Oh fuck. Lag. It feel like I'm trying to rebrand their whole video and present it as something completely different. When the reality is, I'm reacting to their video. The only thing different is I'm giving my take, I'm giving my reaction, I'm giving my opinion. I give a little bit of story here and there sometimes. But hey, I don't think that's enough to like change the thumbnail and give it a whole new thumbnail. Because it's like they committed the work, and I will tell you they did all this work. You should go check them out. If you were to subscribe to anybody, don't subscribe to me. Go subscribe to the guy that made the video, the original video. Go subscribe to him over me. He deserves it more than I do.
I'm complaining a little bit because I promised myself that I would. But I guess this channel update video is more so just me, giving a moment to slow down for a second and just speak to you guys about things that aren't industry related or anything else. I am wanting to evolve my channel, how I do things more effectively, and mostly I want to evolve things in such a way that I can, live my life more. You know what I mean? I want to do more shorts. And by the way, what do you guys think of my shorts that are like mini snippets of the videos I already released? Is that something you enjoy? Or does that annoy you? you. To be honest, the shorts that I've been releasing of my content is more so like small versions of the videos to advertise the channel to new viewers, if that makes sense. Hopefully people understand. It doesn't annoy you, but again, I don't know. But making all this stuff while doing all this IRL stuff that, just other things I have to deal with has been exhausting. But I'm not going to stop yet, of course. As for streaming, I do not know when I'm going to stream next. I think part of the reason I don't stream games as much is because when I do that, it makes the video games feel like they're work, and games are something I hold in high regard as a way to relax for me. So when those two worlds cross over like that, it makes them less enjoyable, if that makes sense. Like when I played Resident Evil Requiem on stream,
I can understand that. When I have I'll be real with you. I stream. I basically have no viewers. Sometimes somebody will pop in, but I'm saying it feels like work because you're trying to continuously talk and there's nobody there, and it's frustrating. When somebody's actually there, it kind of feels nice because you have somebody to talk to. You can try to appease them. It doesn't feel like that bad. But when there's nobody there, man, it does feel like work.
That was fun, don't get me wrong. But when I replayed the game again by myself on the couch on my bigger, TV that I usually play on, I had way more fun that way because I just got to immerse myself in it and I wasn't talking constantly and I got to just enjoy the game, if that makes sense. But seriously, in my day-to-day life, I try to live as quiet as humanly possible. When I write, nothing is on, right? TV's off, there's no music, nothing. All I hear is whatever's outside my window. Currently, as I was writing this, some guy was whacking weeds outside, right? That's all I hear when I write. I guess I just want to pivot a little bit. If you've noticed, my channel over the past 2 years especially has mostly moved on from, let's say, culture war things. I would say it's mostly been a net positive for me. I do want to continue going in that direction. I don't really want to make content about, Twitter fights or something like that. That just sounds mentally draining to me to do. I want to make content that...
Twitter fights happen all the time. It's really frustrating. And there's even a fight the other day on Twitter that really got on my nerves. And to protect the person's identity and all that, because they were being harassed, I will not mention who it was. But a Russian man who was an artist posted the other day, asking for donations because they wanted to escape Russia because, newsflash, Russian citizens aren't being treated like citizens. They're being treated like cannon fodder. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? So was asking for donations so he could him and his family can escape Russia because they want to get out of Russia. And then people tried to I'll say they really did try. They tried to villainize him, saying, "Oh, he's Russian." It's oh, he didn't mention what's called Ukraine and or the Ukraine suffering. Why? Why should he have to mention Ukraine suffering? He had nothing to do with it. He's suffering just like y'all are. And you want to blame him for his government's decisions. And then somebody tried to use the excuse, "Oh, well, you don't understand because your country's not in war and you're not being bombed." I'm like, yeah, you're right there. But even then, I can see with a clear mind. He has nothing to do with the bombs. He didn't say, "Oh, go launch this bomb towards this place or this place." No, that was the government. And if he stepped up to try to step up against the government, you know what the government would do? They would shoot him dead. They would kill him. They would kill their own citizens if they started to rebel, rather than give up power. So your argument makes no fucking sense. You're basically saying that he doesn't deserve to escape. He deserves to sit there and suffer, just like everybody else in Russia, because of their government's decision that they can't go against because they don't have the firepower to fight Russia. They don't have the means or firepower to fight. Their leader does not listen to them. And something I was told by a buddy is crime is out of order there. Crime, like murder and all that shit, is basically legal. It's legal to rob, murder, and all that shit in Russia right now because the police don't do anything. It says, in fact, the police will, they'll try to recruit you to the military. And if you refuse, they'll beat you either till you accept to go to the military or you die from the beating. How fucked is that? That's kind of like one of the stupidest deals I've seen. And then they took down their post because they were getting threats of doxing them. People trying to dox them. I want you to realize this. If he got doxed in Russia and the government found out, or even the police found out, they would go to his house and arrest him. It makes it hard to feel any sympathy for anybody. like that would like condone this, even if like you were in Ukraine. Like you're using an excuse to say it is okay to want this man dead, who had nothing to do with this war. Fucking retarded.
That matters, right? And seeing
Sorry, I got off subject.
Comments of people telling me wild things, like I read comments in some videos where people fall asleep even to my videos. Like that's either a compliment for my voice or like a dig at my videos being boring. But I mean, either way, just thank you for watching. But
I don't think his videos are boring. I think they're pretty interesting and he does well. He's well engaged, and just some people are just trying to be dicks.
You know, but I also want to talk about how I've kind of changed how I've been playing video games as well, and how that's been helping me a lot when it comes to making content. So if you know anything about my channel, you know I primarily play on PlayStation. I have most of my life. Most of my favorite games were tied to Sony's consoles: Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, Tactics, even stuff like Legend of Dragoon, Chrono Cross, stuff like that. Although over time, especially during the PS5 generation, I've kind of found myself coming back to a question, which is, why am I playing here, right? The exclusives don't really interest me. And frankly, as time has go on this year in 2026 for me, I kind of find myself not really as interested in playing newer releases as much. Don't get me wrong, I still do. I still play games like Resident Evil Requiem, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, even 100%ed games like The Witcher 3 finally this year. But over the past 2 months, or really since Sony announced the end of physical media, it's kind of left me in a really weird spot. And during this last month or two, I made it my mission to stop turning on my PlayStation as much and start playing my Nintendo Switch 2 more often. And the change in how I guess you could say game and what I've been playing and how I approach games has been nothing short of different, but really amazing. So I originally bought a Switch 2 to review Pokemon Legends ZA for the channel. The game was decent, not amazing, and after that I kind of just left my Switch to, you know, collect dust until recently. So I decided to replay Pokemon Violet because it was the only mainline Pokemon game that I've never beaten yet. I tried 2 times already in the past. I just couldn't do it. I either got bored, frustrated, or just overwhelmed by the tedium of it. It just didn't click for me. I wasn't in the right headspace. But this time I told myself I would play it to the end. I would see the credits no matter what. So I restarted my game a 3rd time. I finally sat down to play it for real this time, and the entire experience was kind of magical, I have to say. I mean, it wasn't amazing.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I played Pokemon Scarlet. I actually loved it, but it was, would I say it's worth the like $60, $70? Well, I'm gonna be real. I'll say, yeah, it's worth the money, but here's what I don't find worth the money. The DLC. They charge an outrageous amount for the DLC that adds very little content. And I'm like, why is it so high? And the reason it's so high is because they can get away with it. People will still buy it. The DLC feels like it should have been more part of the actual game. Part of the game that should from the start. And like, if you like, I hate how they charge like $40 per DLC. It should have been like $10 at most for the DLC. Especially when the DLC was so, it just like was not that big. It was not that great. It was, but they want so much money. And I will talk shit about Pokemon and Nintendo, because Power World is 110% better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet or Pokemon ZA. And if you disagree with me, that is completely fine. But I just think it's better. It feels better, it looks better, and it plays better.
Or anything, but like weirdly I was freed from the confines of what the PS5 was giving me. I didn't have to sit on my couch to play it. I wasn't chasing trophies in the game. I was playing like Pokemon or Mario Kart World and even Zelda. I just felt freed from the shackles, if you will, of what modern gaming, I guess, made me feel this past year. I mean, so many games are so heavily monetized and other games talk down to you a lot. It's really annoying. I just really hate.
That's what I will say about them. At least Nintendo hasn't gone to a egregious monetization route with Pokemon yet. Only thing they're egregious on is that DLC price and the Pokemon ZA fact that the ZA was charged such a premium price despite the budget being so low and the game being not good at all, really.
Man, nothing makes me nope out quicker from a game than when I can just feel the developer's hands on my shoulders breathing down my neck as they just keep talking down to me. I felt this way playing almost, well, pretty much every Sony PS5 exclusive imaginable besides Astro Bot, but when it came to Nintendo's first party, so far anyways, it feels nothing like that. So obviously the game I spent the most time with these past few weeks was Pokemon Violet. I chose Quaxley because the other 2 times I chose Fuecoco and the green cat whose name name I cannot remember for the life of me. But anyways, I made sure to send all my Pokemon from my failed playthroughs to my home app, so I still have all my Pokemon, even though I deleted those saves. So I started over, began playing again, and I just started to enjoy myself. I can't articulate exactly when it happened too. It was a bit after the lengthy opening of Pokemon Violet, which in my opinion, Pokemon games need skippable cut. Like, just the cutscenes are too long, man, right? Like all of them. But anyways,
they
sometimes
need voice
the characters
actors,
speak
honestly.
too much, but after the lengthy opening, you're finally able to kind of just go anywhere you want.
If they actually had voice actors, Pokemon would be a lot better of a game.
To go. So naturally, I went to the east side of the map first, fighting the big rock crab.
It would be a
Pokemon.
step up.
At least I think he's on that side of the map. I don't know. Anyways, I caught a bunch of little dudes, and as I played, I kind of just forgot that it was kind of a game. I was just sort of enjoying my time. I was sitting in my desk chair, laying on my bed. I was playing it on the TV even. I was playing it downstairs while my dogs ran around outside, and I kind of just stopped and unironically had that generic moment of, wow, I really miss this. And it felt weird, but honestly good too. I couldn't believe how long it has been since I just played something where I had no expectations of 100%ing the game like I usually do. If you don't know me or my channel, I have a reputation for kind of putting myself through literal hell itself to 100% the games that I play. I have even 100%ed games I reviewed for the channel that I didn't really enjoy. Dragon Age Veilguard, Forspoken.
I want to mention, he has talking shit about Pokemon a lot. And I completely back him on talking shit about them because they kind of suck. But hey, you're still welcome. Even if they suck, you're still welcome to enjoy some of their games because some of them are pretty good.
Assassin's Creed Shadows even. Why do I do this? I really don't know. Well, I mean, I guess it's because I have some weird form of OCD problem. I like hearing the popping noise of a new trophy, knowing that I got my money's worth for what I played, I guess. But on Nintendo's console, you don't have this. I don't have trophies or achievements to chase. Sure, some games have them built into them like a menu for like, Xenoblade, I know, but there isn't an account-based trophy system. That's what I mean. And I thought I would hate that. Honestly, it's a big reason why I wasn't playing Nintendo games as often these days, because if I couldn't get my trophies, why bother? What was the point of it all? There had to be a point of playing a video game, something to show for it, right? And then there was nothing there to show on the Nintendo Switch. It was just the playtime on my profile and that's it. And I know some people will hear this and think, well, you're insane. It means nothing, the trophies. They don't do anything. And you're right. They don't. But either way, I still chased them. I did that. Actually, one game I platinumed this year that really made me think things was The Adventures of Elliot, which, let me be honest, that game was a tedious platinum. It was not fun to 100%. That game's world was repetitive. It had really low enemy diversity. And overall, it was the same thing over and over again until the end pretty much. But what did I do? I 100%ed it anyway.
I hate
why?
tedious
I don't
games.
know. Probably because the OCD in my brain. But I do
I do hate tedious, but I hate a game when it's way too repetitive. Warframe is kind of repetitive, yet I don't hate Warframe. I actually streamed that a couple times. But it is repetitive at times.
100%ing Elliot broke something in my head somewhat. I started to sit there while I played and thought to myself, like, why do this? Why suffer through this for some trophies? When I was playing Pokemon, knowing that I didn't have to chase anything besides, well, the Pokemon I wanted, I guess, was kind of riveting and freeing. But to also be real with you, it was really fun. I have now beaten Violet's story finally and seen the ending, and I was strangely enjoying it by the time the credits rolled. The Area Zero place is cool. The Paradox Pokemon were interesting and weird, and I'm still playing Violet even today. But what I think about playing my Switch 2 has showed me more than anything is how much I needed a change of pace. And that's really in content creation and all of it, right? It's all coming full circle now. It really did, and I'm not kidding or trying to be clickbaity here, but playing my Switch 2 has saved my view on how I perceive modern video games. It brought me back from the brink of my viewpoint on how games can be or work, from being more negative to now just feeling more positive. I'm enjoying myself. I want to play Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave since Three Houses was my game.
Sometimes people we just want to turn our brains off and not think about the real world. We just want to chill. We don't want to have to think about anything like politics or how a game is got these DEI checkboxes. Pokemon's not bad about that, but really, again, Pokemon could be better. I say that, and I still stand by that. I still don't have a Switch 2, and trust me, I love Pokemon, but I am tired of the same game every fucking year. That's the reason I don't have the Switch 2, because I would get the Switch 2 to play Pokemon, but after Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I looked at ZA and I'm like, it's the same game, but way less effort. In the new game they announced, I'm like, I have my doubts. I don't think they're going to do a whole open world again. I'm like, it's going to be a confined space. And I'm like, that's fine. But odds are it's going to be another turn-based with bare minimum mechanics. And I'm like, I just don't care. I do not care. I'm like, Game Freak has proven they can make way better games, but like Nintendo always limits their budget. So have them making a low quality, low effort game because no matter what, its IP is Pokemon. It's going to sell.
Of the year when
it's
that
annoying.
Released years ago. I never played Engage though, because apparently that game's story and characters suck, but I guess let me know if it's worth it. I don't know. I also bought Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I'm keen to try that too. I've been playing Mario Kart World with my girlfriend. That's been fun as well. But when this video finally comes out, my vacation should mostly be over. I'll be returning from the beach to the lands of Canada again, and I'll keep making content like I always do. But I won't lie, man. For a bit there, I kind of felt like I was drowning. Just drowning in negativity, doubt, and even burnout. It's so important that no matter what you do for a living, that you don't really allow that to consume you. I know some people might think YouTube as a job is the golden ticket. In a lot of ways it is, but it, has its own problems too. You just never really turn your brain off ever. You will be mentally exhausted in ways you never thought possible, and the hardest thing to do is taking breaks. Sometimes it's even hard to fall asleep because you do not want to if you want to make it your purpose. It kind of just consumes you in every way, but I won't lie, right? Playing my Switch...
If I could, I would play and stream games every day. If I could. If I had like an audience come in and like talk to me, yeah, I would. Would it be draining eventually? Yeah, I'm sure it would be. Eventually it would become draining. But hey. Be a fun ride till then. If when it becomes draining, I just take a break, take a vacation if I can afford it.
2 has saved me from hating video games. All it really took was Nintendo's dumb little properties about like Italian plumbers and little creature things to maybe go, oh, wait a second.
Kirby used to be fun.
Video games are still pretty cool.
I used to like the animated series of Kirby. I loved Kirby when I was a kid. I hated though that I never could find the Kirby series, but like every once in a blue moon, because I could not remember what like the what was it? What was that the show called? Channel called? It's like 4Kids or something like that. And it would have Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic, Kirby, One Piece, obviously censored, on there. I don't remember what it's called.
Now I want to keep playing my Switch. I want to play all the weird little games that are on there. I'm still going to use my PS5 for the third-party games. But overall, I am really glad that I kind of threw everything away right now and just played my Switch 2 this past month and then some. It saved me from a lot of anguish. Just running around in Pokemon, capturing little freaks when
I used to breed some of my Pokemon after
slaughter their fellow kin.
After I beat the game and like I got bored of Pokemon because I had pretty much caught nearly everything in the Pokedex, and I did get the DLC. I paid full price for the DLC. I still haven't really beat the DLC because I'll be frankly honest with you, the DLC is kind of boring. But after all that, like I just kind of bred Pokemon trying to combat breed, and then just, after the events stopped coming in, I just kind of got bored.
I don't know. It fills you with happiness even to this day. I still want to play Legend Arceus or Arceus, however you say its name, but I'm kind of waiting for a Switch 2 version of that game if it does ever happen. But next on the playthrough is Donkey Kong for me, and I need to also finish Beast of Reincarnation as well. Then in September onward, it's just so many games to cover, man. Blood of Dawnwalker, Fortune's Weave, probably going to review like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 for the channel, not to mention GTA 6. Like, oh boy, that's going to be nuts. It's going to be a lot, that's the point, but I'm thankful that if you're still into what I do, and if you made it this far into the video, just thanks for being here. Really, I do want to do more mini documentaries. I want to maybe try streaming again to see if I can find some joy in it, and I want to be a place on the internet.
Dude, you can stream Pokemon. I wouldn't say stress yourself, but maybe you can go like do shiny hunting if you got the patience for that. I don't have the patience for that. I used to try that shiny hunting. I do not have the patience for that.
Where people come to find, yes, cynical takes on video games that are not tied down by corporate nonsense like so many websites. I guess this is, in a sense, my channel update video. I'll be changing my content as I go, hopefully, and I just kind of wanted to vent a little. I hope anyone watching or listening who's struggling knows that, you're not alone. And even a hermit like me that just wants to make content that people love wants you to know that I'm here for you guys. And please, if you take anything away from this video, please take the time for yourselves to relax and actually rest your brain and body, as I'm currently doing. Well, not right now. I'm recording the video, so I haven't gone on vacation yet. But when this video comes out, hopefully I am, enjoying.
My headset came on. My microphone came unplugged for a second there. Let me make sure that Okay, it's still recording. I had to make sure I still caught that.
The fruits of my labor on a beach and just relaxing, and that's kind of what I want for people. Like, we really need to slow down, man. Making content nonstop for 4 years has been nuts. It's been rewarding, yes, but absolutely nuts. I've never been more mentally tired in my life, but also never been as rewarding too, you know? So I just wanted to say thank you for really everything. I didn't really know where this video was going to be going. I just kind of wanted to just talk and vent a little bit, but like, honestly, I felt like I was drowning when it came to content creation. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I just want to make content that I am proud of, and I hope that the stuff that I'm making feels that way to you. Again, hopefully people check out the mini documentaries I made. I really enjoyed making those. But anyways, just thank you for listening. Subscribe if you want to. Just take care of yourselves. I will get back to making content normally when I get back from vacation. I promise and all that. But just please,
awesome, man.
You know, if you feel drowning like I do, take the time to yourself and relax a little. Okay. Just thanks for being here. See you guys then.
Man, that was a great video. That's an awesome channel update, and I'm like very grateful to this man. I highly recommend you check out his video. I will leave a link down in the description below, as well as a link to his channel. If I can find the little shorts, documentary shorts, I'll also include them down in the description below. But I'm not seeing them down here, so I'm probably going to check out his channel here in a second and see if I can find those, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day. I'll catch y'all next time.